Hello and welcome to CommunityForce training. Today's training session will be a training session for our scholarship and grants training platform. This is for both scholarships and grants. We will be going in on the scholarship site, but note that this is the same process for the grant clients as well. And so today's session, we're going to be talking about using the Client Support Help Desk portal. So the Help Desk portal, of course, is where the knowledge base is held, where all our user guides and videos, where you can access and get information. If you were in implementation, once implementation was completed, then you were directed to the support portal. So this session will tell you how to access the support help, that online help. We're also going to talk about the how to view the knowledge base to see the help guides and videos that are out there on that support portal, and then how to enter a support ticket, and then how to view your support ticket history and activity. So let's go ahead and talk about how to access the online help. So let's start with going to the site. And so to access online help, you will notice when you first come into the login page here, there is a help located on that login page. Now note, this help is the help that can be provided to your applicants. You can actually have this help tied to maybe you have help information you want to provide them on your local website. Instead of using CommunityForce's help information, you might have help on your website that you want to create. You can actually link it to that, but right now standard default is when you applicants come to this login page and click help, they will see help information in regards to applicants as well as reviewer committee guides. Those are out there on our site. And then of course, depending on what platform you are, those are the guides that they will be seeing. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out. And then as an admin, of course, you need access to help. So to access the help that's available to our administrators, you would simply come to your site, log in with your administrative account, and then once you log in, there is a help that's located at the bottom of your page here. If I can get to the bottom here. And you'll notice this help located here. When you click that help, that will take you to our support portal, which you can see here. And then, of course, prior to accessing the support portal, when you first come on board, you will be given a Zendesk account to be able to log in. So if you're just finishing up with your implementation and training will be setting you up with a Zendesk account. So you'll want to be watching for that email that'll be coming from communityforce.zendesk.com. And then in that email, it talks about verifying it so that you can verify your login. Once you verify that login, you will be able to log in and sign in to the account. And so, of course, when you first come here, you'll see there are some guides here, but these will just take you to guides that are only accessible without login, usually the applicant guides as well as the reviewer guides. And then also here, you'll notice at the top a banner. Anytime we have any alerts on our system, there will be a banner located at the top of this access page. And then, of course, to sign in, you would want to sign in so that you have full access to the platform. And again, that is a different sign-in than what you use to log into your account, unless, of course, when you verified it, you use the same login information. And then once you log in, you'll see I can come here. I can change my password. I can adjust my profile. And then I can see my activities, which we'll get to in a moment, as well as sign out. Now, one suggestion we do like to make is since you are accessing this from your site, if for some reason your site was down and you wouldn't be able to access it, a good rule of thumb to kind of follow is to actually take this and add it to your favorites so that you do have access, quick access to that in your browser's favorites so that you have that. So you don't have to keep going through the CommunityForce site. You can actually save that to that browser page and then have that marked for quick access. And then, of course, once you log in, you will come to what's called this community homepage, and you'll see the different guides. So depending on the platform you have, that would be the guides you would want to look at. These are videos regarding training videos that we have available on the site. And then if you're a grant platform user, you would click in on the grants. And if you're a scholarship platform user, you can click in on the scholarship user guides, and you'll see there's FAQs. And then also here you'll notice an alerts and notifications. So if you click on the alerts and notifications, that will also notify you of any alerts that we have present in regards to the CommunityForce platforms. And then if you want to go back, then you can just come here to community, and then this will take you to the community page. And the community page is nice. We have a couple of different features. We have best practices forums where you can kind of go and see posts that individuals have posted. And you also have the ability to vote on those as well as add posts. You also will see feature requests. This is a nice feature. Individuals will go in. You can, if you have any ideas and requests for new features, you can come here, click the new post, and then give it a title, put some details, maybe a topic, and then hit submit. And then what that will do is that we'll put that in that community features request forum. And then individuals can come in here and review those. So if they want to look at it, and then look at any ideas that individuals are having in regards to feature enhancements, you can go ahead and look at it, you can follow it, and then see if there's anything that you might be interested in as well. And if you'd like to vote for it, you can vote yes or no by clicking this button here. Clicking down for no and clicking up for yes if that's something that you think you would be interested in as well. And so of course the more votes we get, the more likelihood it is that that feature would be added to the site and maybe a future release if it's something that's feasible. And then also again, you'll see here any information. So this is kind of an information in regards to an information board on anything that is coming up and upcoming with CommunityForce. Now, if you need to view the knowledge base, of course, you can simply go in here again to community and click on the CommunityForce logo here. And this will take you back to that knowledge base area. And when you're in the knowledge base, of course, you can just click within there. And if you want to search for a specific item, you can do so by just clicking in here, the search. And when you click it and hit search, hit enter to search, it will then return the results for information regarding different articles that touch on that subject. Now, when you're ready to enter a support ticket, you would simply come here, click the Submit a Request button. And it's very important that you take your time in filling out this form because this is the form that the support team sees. So the more clear you can be on information, the better for the support team. They won't have to have a lot of back and forth where they might have to come back and ask you a question. So just try to think of being as clear as possible. And all of these fields that have red asterisks do need to be completed. It is key information that our team needs in order to be able to resolve your ticket effectively. So of course, the first thing here, this is where you would put your organization name so that they know which organization is requesting this ticket. And then a title for your ticket, something that's clear in regards to what the issue is. Okay, and then the team will see that, and then it'll give them a good heads up on what the issue may be. And you'll notice as I'm entering that information, information will start showing up in regards to help guides that are available, knowledge-based information. It's kind of looking at what you're typing and then coming up with a determination of, is there an article that you can review in regards to this? It's giving you this Autobot of information that you can click on and then go to that article and see if it helps you. And then if it does, then there would be no need to continue with entering your support ticket. So like for instance, if I click this one, that would take me to that article, and then you could determine if that article was helpful or not. And then go back to entering your support ticket by clicking the back button. Priority. Priority is very important in entering a support ticket because that tells the team how important this is that it get resolved. So of course, if it's urgent, then you would want to put urgent. If it was a high importance, then put high. If it's just something you're wanting to get some basic information you don't need an answer on right away, then go ahead and put that as normal or low, depending on what it is that you're requesting. For the CommunityForce site URL, this is where you come to your site, and this is the URL of your exact site. The team needs to know this so that they know who you are and what site are you reporting this error on. So then you would put that URL in there. That's the URL that directs them to your site. And the application form. So if this is an applicant and they're having an issue with the application form, or you're trying to do something with an application form, then we would definitely need to know that application form name. So that application form name would be the name that you're seeing here on your home page that says application name. And so this would be that application form name. And then you would put that into the ticket. If this was a general site, was not tied to any application form, then you would want to put that here in this title, put site related, not application related. But more than likely, if it's anything regarding an applicant or a reviewer not able to be accessing something, then you would want to put the application form name that they're actually trying to access. And then the product, are you a scholarship user or a grant user? The portal would be who is it that's needing access? Are they logging in as an admin? Is it on the back end in the admin portal? Are they logging in as an applicant? Are they logging in as a reviewer? Is this a recommender, someone with reporting, billing, BI tool? What element of the system, what portal is the individual needing assistance with? And then the area of assistance, is it process related? Is it a process that you're creating that you need assistance with? A browser issue, is someone having a problem with a specific browser? And the reason we ask that is, of course, if you have an applicant that is experiencing issues, or reviewers, or even you as the admin, it's always good to know what browser they're using. And so you will see later on down here, we will ask that question, what's the browser they're using? Because a lot of times it could be a browser issue in regards to the error they may be experiencing may be caused to the browser they're using. So it's always good to know what browser. So that's a good thing to capture from your applicants and reviewers, as well as the admins if you're entering a support ticket, to know what browser it is that you're using. And of course you can see I'm using Chrome, and so it would be nice, and then you would want to let the team know what browser it is, especially if it's a browser issue. And so you can just kind of see here what if you're looking for a billing question, you can use the support portal for that. If you are wanting to know about email notifications and how to use that functionality, or an enhancement request, or a technical issue you think you're having issues with, or if you have integration, or you want to help with creating reports or any other type of information, it's important to give us that area of information that you're wanting help with. If you want some additional help, like in regards to if you want additional training, or you want to have some customizations done to your site and you want us to do a statement of work, you'll see that we also have that listed here as well, where you can go to the support portal and enter those statements of work, and someone can assist you with that. Or if you need additional training, you're done with your implementation, training's been completed, and you need additional training, you can always come here. And then you can also just do some type of a customization request here and to get assistance. The request summary, that's a very important element of the whole entering of a support ticket. This is where you're going to enter all of your relevant information in regards to what the issue is. And this is where you want to give a very clear description of your questions, your concerns, or your issues. The more relevant the information is you provide us, the more efficient our support team can respond to it. So think about what it is that you're wanting to request and be as clear and specific as possible. And then a callback name. Who is it that's entering the ticket? That can be the lead contact. And then is there a callback number that they can be reached at? And then enter that callback number. And then if this is an issue where you're getting an error message, it's always good to let us know the steps you took that caused you to get that error message. So this is where you can enter how do you reproduce this problem? What did you do? What were the steps that you followed that caused you to get this error? And that'll help the team better resolve it quickly as well. For the operating system, this is the operating system you're currently using to access CommunityForce, not the browser, but the actual operating system you're using. So if you're using a Windows machine, maybe you have Windows 10 or something like that, Windows 12, then you would use Windows. If you're using an Apple device, what type of device are you using? Or if it's an Android device, what's the operating system that you're using? And then here's that browser question. Remember I said something about we would talk about which browser. So this is where you would enter the browser that you're using to access that specific site. And then attachments are helpful, especially with how to reproduce. If you have pictures of screenshots, it's always a good idea. We always recommend and we always enjoy getting attachments so that we can exactly see what it is, especially if it's an error message, what is that error message? So if you can capture screenshots, a lot of times what I like to do is, especially if I'm doing a step-by-step, I will create a Word document and I will put those screenshots, my steps in that Word document, along with screenshots of what I saw at each step. And then I will upload that Word document to my support ticket. Or if you just have some images, you can just come in, you can create those images and upload those images as well if you just want to upload those. So attachments are always very helpful though, and that fact that they give the team a better idea and a visualization of what it is that you're experiencing. And then of course, once you're done entering the ticket, it's just a matter of you want to make sure and hit the submit button. And then once you hit the submit button, it will alert you if you've missed any of the required fields. So you can see I've left some of these blank. And the one that I did leave blank was the business impact. So this is the impact it has on your business, and you can pick one of the items. This is just a drop down from my system, but this is where you would type in the impact that it has on your system. Or like maybe even something applicants can apply. The system is down, applicants can apply, something to that extent. So you can enter that as well. And then of course, then if I hit submit, once it's done submitting, it'll show me this message. It'll say your request was successfully submitted. And it's also, once it gets submitted, after a few minutes of it being submitted, you will receive an email. So whatever account you're logging in with, it'll send an email to that account and then notifying you of the current status. And then also, just so you know, once you receive that email, as the team communicates to you through the ticket, it will be sending emails to that account, and you can also reply to that email. So once that email comes and you want to reply to whatever the team is asking you, you can reply directly through your email. You don't have to come all the way back here to your ticket to reply. You can actually go through that email and reply. However, you can, like I said, you can come here and look at the ticket. You can come here and add, like maybe you wanted to add something to that ticket. So instead of replying to it, maybe you want to come back here. You can actually come back here and open that ticket. So if you want to look at your past tickets, so let's say we've signed out and you decide, oh, I want to go back in on that ticket, you can sign in. If you're not already signed in, that is. And you can go here, and here you'll see the My Activities. The My Activities is where you're going to see all of the support tickets that you've entered into the system. So here's all your requests, and then any requests that you want to respond to or look at, you just come here to the subject, locate that request, and then you can also see the status here. Is it open? Is it solved? What was the last activity? What's your ID number when it was created? And if you want to look at that ticket, it's just a matter of clicking on that ticket. And then here is where you can add to the conversation if you wish, and add additional files if you want to add files. And maybe you've resolved it on your own. If that's the case, then you can always come in here and mark it as solved as well. And then once you've entered that information, you would want to submit. And then of course over here, you're going to see this is more history here of what you entered on that ticket if you wanted to look at that. Now if I go back to the My Activities, there are instances where you've closed a ticket. So if I come here, let's see what happens here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to mark this ticket as solved. Then I'm going to go back into that ticket after I've solved it. And if I want to add to that, maybe I want to add to that. And then come here and hit submit. You'll notice that it does reopen up that ticket. Now note, once a ticket is closed after 30 days, it does close, but and it can't be reopened. But if it's within that 30-day time frame, you can come here and reopen it and have access to that ticket once again. So if I go back to my activities, I guess some of the statuses that you will see, of course, open means that it's an open ticket. Solved means that it's been solved and that ticket is now closed. But you may also at times see a message that's going to say something like waiting for your reply. So if you see a waiting for your reply, that means the team has emailed you something in regards to a reply they need, some questions that they need answered. And so those are ones you do want to go in and reply to. And so again, it's just a matter of clicking on it and then answering the question that the team is asking you and then submitting it once you're done doing that. Okay, so that's pretty much how you enter a support ticket in the system. And of course, you can just see, you can just kind of click on the information here to see the status of everything, and like attachments, and then that allows you to see that. So of course, that's the My Activities, and that's where you can see the history of all of your tickets. And that's pretty much how you use the support portal. So of course, once you're done in the support portal and you want to go back to your site, you will notice it does open up a separate tab. So to go back to your site, it's just a matter of clicking on that tab, and then you're able to access your site once again. So that's it for the training today on the support portal, and hopefully this has answered your questions. Please note there is a help guide on the support desk in regards to this specific items that we covered today, and may go into a little bit more detail if you do have additional questions. So please refer to that knowledge base if you have questions. And again, thank you for your time and have a good day.